There's a question that I came across when I was editing my story, and it was a question of, if you don't have the money, should you continue going or should you stop? And I guess it's not really a question, because you're like, if you don't have money, you should stop doing what you're doing and focus on getting money. And that's what I've been doing my whole life, where it's just like, all right, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to uh, try to get as much money as I can. And then I'm going to focus on my dream. And my dream probably wasn't aligning correctly, because it's like, all right, dude, you're trying to be a drug dealer, but maybe you're not trying to be a drug dealer. Maybe you're trying something else. And, at the end of the day, my goals stayed the same. Like, I still want to be a drug dealer to this day. Like, of course I do. I want to be able to sit in a room with a whole pound on my desk and I'm just smelling it. Like, I don't even need to smoke it at this point. It's just like the smell of it will be enough for me. Or even like being a CBD dealer. Like, even doing that would be enough, because I think I could smoke CBD. I think I can. But I've been having a lot of trouble with my medication, and I want to talk to my doctor about it. But we have people that don't stop. When they make, when they're not making money, they can't stop. Like, they still spend it. They don't save anything. They're like going out. They're freaking out, basically, when they don't have money. And it's it's like a disease. It sucks, because it's like, bro, just because you don't have money, does that mean I have to freak out about it? Why can't I just calm down and just get the ball rolling? But I've been with friends that, like, if money is not there, they freak out, and they destroy everything around them because they're just so pissed off that they don't have money. And I started doing the same thing, where I'm running out of money, and now I'm asking my friends for money. And I got that from May, unfortunately. And that was one of the qualities that I hated about myself. But I felt like it was still a part of me. Like, everything you do is still a part of you. You can blame someone else for your actions, but that's still a decision that you made. You know what I mean? It was a decision that you made based on the information that you got from your environment. So my environment told me to ask for money from anybody. Ask for money from a friend, or ask for money from a person that has money. That's what my environment taught me to do. So when you run out of money, you ask your parents for money. When you run out of money, you ask your siblings for money. You run out of money, you ask the bank for money. Whoever has money, you go and ask for it, instead of slowing down and stopping and being like, okay, maybe I don't need money. Maybe I need time to think. And that's what the universe basically did with me. It was like, all right, Abram, I think you need time to think. You really do need time to think. And if you do it, you will have more clarity for the future. And I did not understand that. I was always freaking out because I had bills to pay, I had a friend to pay back, I had my dream that I was shooting for, I had a drug problem, you know, I had so much stuff going on. I had schizophrenia, and all of that was just coming at me, and I was just freaking out until I eventually was like, you know what? Let me just calm down and let me really just think about this for a second. You know what I mean? Let me think about this for a second. And that's what I did. Not by choice, though. The universe kind of did it for me. So the question still stands: should you stop or should you keep going? And the answer is very simple: yes, you should stop. Like, the momentum that you're on is not that great. It's not great enough for your downfall. You know what I mean? That's essentially what happens to everybody. They run into a downfall phase because they're like, I needed to keep going. I needed to keep going. And we're taught that our whole lives. And I'm telling you right now that that has been implanted in us for us to fail. I'm telling you, because we don't have the means to stop and think. We're just like, I need money, I need money, I need money right now. And you go ahead and you grab for as much money as you can, no matter what happens to your happiness. You just grab for whatever amount that you can get. So if you are good at school, you're going to find yourself going to school over and over and over again. And schizophrenia has taught me that if it seems too hard, it is too hard. And you need to back off and rethink it. You know, diamonds are made with pressure. And unfortunately, you have to maintain that pressure on yourself, but differently, not making yourself go in debt a whole bunch of money just so that you can make six figures later on, because then you've been doing this and you're making yourself upset the whole time. And then when you get to that six figures, you're just going to be just as upset, even more upset, because what did you build from that struggle? What did you build from that struggle? Did you force yourself into that struggle? Did you force yourself to finish that struggle? Or did you find a way to do it peacefully and calmly? That's what we have to do. You know what I mean?